The written word is meant to be read, not spoken. So I highly suggest that you read along with me and not listen alone. If you're viewing this for business purposes, I'm going to have to require that you read along with it. But otherwise, I at least recommend that you at least close your eyes and listen while I read it to you. Open second. And while this is business between the Queen of England and myself, the reason I'm recording this is for the sake of recording it, and also so that way my people can know what was said and we can be on the same page, which is required, for business. This is being sent to the Queen of England. All manner of bolts, arrows, and spells whiz by my helm, while I lower down my sword. It is the year 2012 in the deepest area of the wilderness of RuneScape, and we have just discovered a handful of adventures by a rogue's castle. I've just done my secret code message. I raise the sword Excalibur high up into the air, and cry out, "For Camelot!" To my clan this means, "Get 'em!" I put away Excalibur for my staff of Armadale, a giant staff, golden color, granting me godlike spell casting speed, and we lay siege. The first wave of attacks and spells take out the crossbow ranger, and the other adventurers are getting themselves together and turning towards us. There are two rangers, one with a crossbow, decorated rune kite shield, and helmet with great horns. The next, a deck-or-less full helmet and a short bow, and a meleeer with a great blue godsword. The three are wearing black dragonhide armor, lightweight, easily maneuverable armor that is great for blocking magic attacks. My mage has hit the next one with a barrage of ice, so it's hard to tell what he is. He is an ice cube. The last one is charging straight for Darren. If he gets to Darren, he will do high amounts of damage because he has dragon claws. I cast a green entangle spell fast. It soaks right through his sky blue plate armor and stops him in his tracks. Rune plate armor might be heavyweight armor when fending arrows and swords, but magic effectively boils its wear in its own armor. Many more clanmates start piling the Dragonclaw, and I get enough time to cast one more Storm of Armadale spell on him before he gets cut down by a calculated cannonball shot from a clanmate's hand cannon. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the man with the godsword has caught up to us and has already started swinging it around while running. Two of my clanmates have already spotted him and started attacking him with their crossbow, another with his chaotic maul. However, this doesn't stop him or slow him down, and with a magnificent leap, he does a spinning attack and swings at me, briefly taking to the sky. I barely have time to prepare, and am able to block off part of the hit with my Divine Spirit Shield. But he still connects with most of the hit, and I take it hard. The Ice Cube turns out to be a crossbower who attacks me. His ranger and crossbower buddies attack me too. I'm being piled. The arrow and bolts pierce my golden-colored robes with ease, because magic robes are vulnerable to ranged attacks. By this point, multiple bolts are being fired at the God Sorter. I see my clanmate launch 2 dragons from his dark bow, and Darren begins swinging his chaotic maul at him again. X-Daft X-Punk slams down his polypore staff, conjuring up a powerful spell. He can perform one more jumping special attack move without getting dizzy, and my health is too low by far, and he is going for it. The situation seems like a lost cause for me, but I have to try. I eat a rock tail, which restores some health, when an aura appears around me. The Excalibur, of course! Excalibur's special attack restores health and defense for 20 seconds. He reaches back again to swing. With renewed vigor, I raise my shield and am able to block off the entire blow, and most of the ranger's attacks with ease. The dragons descend on him. The spell hits him, and with a dink, Darren's maul hits him midair, and he is dead before he hits the ground. The last 3 are no match. The Ice Cube guy is next. Alucard spears him, and after a wild chase and clash of knives, swords, a rapier, spells, a spear, maul thumps, and hand cannon cannonballs, the fight ends with the roar of 2 more dragons' descent. We've won! Laughing and playing, we go through piles of loot. X-Daft X-Punk is wearing the archer's helmet with the horns sticking straight up in the air, and it's just us having fun. From the distance, we hear another pack of adventurers, far greater in numbers, running up from around the wall. There must have been 35 or 40 people of the highest levels. In no time they were on us, far outnumbering us. There are ancient mages wearing dark Arum's robes, warriors with chaotic longswords and rapiers, multiple dark bow archers, and another one has dragon claws and is going straight for Darren. I cast Entangle again, but this time it bounces off his black dragonhide armor. He reaches Darren, and with a flurry of claw slashes, he kills Darren. Without trying, I say, "No!" in real life. Darren hits his knees, starts falling down, and then says, "LOL," and then disappears. This is the last thing I saw, because the next thing that happens is 3 archers with dark bows launch 6 dragon attacks that descend on me with a roar. Your Imperial Majesty, this is the RuneScape that made Jagex famous and successful. It is what made Jagex a huge financial success and caused waves of sensation across the globe. People would love playing the game. We would come home and spend hours on it. We would make fascinating videos. Players would make fascinating videos of them fighting like this, which would require purchasing high-powered PCs. This game ran for over 11 or 12 years, had over 1 million paying members. This game is gone now. A year ago, the game was updated and redone entirely. Please, God, may I have clarity? I'm going to try my best to explain why helping me get hired at Jagex will both benefit England fiscally and benefit the well-being and happiness of gamers worldwide philanthropically. The Jagex you have given awards to no longer has the game that made them thrive. 1 year ago and some months, they eradicated the unique and strategic combat system of RuneScape and remade it entirely, overhauling the whole game. Players have not responded well. They have responded bad. The company is still losing players fast. These are extremely resilient players, Your Majesty. This was a highly addictive game that they are now quitting. Millions of players used to play after school, work, or college, and for 4 to 12 hours they would socialize and be happy. Now they are unhappy when they play. The company has been trying extremely hard, so hard, to come up with a game that satisfies the players. Their effort has been valiant. Over a year ago, before the update, I had quit. Darren has now quit. Darren has told me a huge portion of my clanmates have quit RuneScape. Hundreds of thousands of RuneScape players have quit. This is bad on the business side for England. This game attracts gobs of money from all over the world and channels it straight into Jagex, right in Cambridge, in the heart of England. I just heard there are actually now only 1,500,000 accounts about 1,500,000 about active paying members as of that video, instead of 1,000,000. We are very profitable players. Each paying account spends about $7.99 per month. When microtransactions came out, I spent $200 on that alone. It is good to keep these accounts happy. I had 4 paying accounts. Now I have 0. This is real. They are losing players. They are losing big money. And I have the solution. I'm no dummy. I was the best fighter in this game. My 7 years as a customer should be of interest to Jagex. I'm different. From my various capacities of aggressive first-hand experiencing and passionate study in business and fiscal pursuit, from the age of 8, when my mom caught me asking my aunt for a penny, pulled me aside and frantically told me, "You don't do that. You have to have a business to get that." To my current role as an auto detailing business owner, I have acquired skills in all phases of business, from advertising, networking, seizing every opportunity to lead, and in conducting business itself. I have inherited leadership qualities from my grandfather as well, who has served 22 years in the Royal Air Force. I have full initiative and a definite fix. It is written on a piece of paper. If you take a paper and make it horizontal, there's the 4 columns, and it's about 1/2 of these in writing. But it needs my initiative too, or trust me, the players will go unhappy. So, 4 columns, But it needs my initiative too, or the players will go unhappy. For the past few months, I've been trying to put together a suitable application to work there and help fix this for the sake of the players that spend their time playing the game. I've just barely been holding on, but in a few days I will have a credit card minimum payment that I cannot make if I continue. I have a perfect credit report. My question is, will you, for the sake of the players, give me 9,050 Great British pounds so that I can continue the application and actually make it a strong one, please? If we consider the free players as people, this is an investment of less than 1 pence per person, for the sake of hoping it makes over 1 million people happy. I've had over 10 jobs for the good reason of searching for higher pay. I know if I ask them, they will let me help. If I get this job, I will save this game. I included the scroll because I know you've given prestigious awards to the company, such as the Queen's Award for Enterprise, but probably can only get as close to the game as wishing you could know what it is like. So, out of appreciation for bestowing such an award, I wrote this story for you, Your Majesty. I know the scroll is a story, but I like to think of it as a piece of art. Here you go. If you read the scroll for 2 minutes, you have just experienced the product of hundreds upon hundreds of the world's best, highest awarded video game developers' hardest efforts, worth hundreds of millions of pounds at Jagex. I need it back when you are done with it. But now you've gotten to experience what all of the rage is about, and what everybody wants back so bad. That's what I've been surviving off cookie dough and pizza in a clawing attempt to bring back. Sincerely, Bradley Paul Frederick Ashton, April 5th, 2014. P.S. If you are weighing the odds against how likely is he to accomplish this thing, the answer is as likely as a man with as likely as a man with English blood that is 100% dedicated to a thing he thinks he can do, added to more likely than any other player. Now, one more time, I'm going to repeat the things that are highlighted. So, I'm saying, will you do this? And then highlighted, for the sake of for the sake of hoping it makes over 1 million people happy, if I get this job, I will save this game worth hundreds of millions of pounds. More likely than any other player. I'm going to be including a small stack of my business cards as well to demonstrate my competence in business and also especially advertising, and also because they're freaking awesome. The prices are no good because this was made when I was broke and didn't know the right prices yet. So that is a freaking brilliant business card, I think. It's got a picture. So that's just a demonstration of advertising. Like, you can take that and apply that skill metaphorically to anything. Like, so, yeah, that is to be sent to the Queen of England, and I'm hoping to get a letter back along the lines of, good God, I hope you're lying. Godspeed, child.